I do. Have you spoken to Georges St-Pierre since the
No, Georges St-Pierre, we're talking today. I was on vacation, and Georges St-Pierre was on vacation for both the same amount of days. Except he got back yesterday. I got back Sunday. And today we're talking.
Do you expect them to go to Perth maybe and defend that belt? Or
I
try to
don't even know if Perth is what I want from him yet. So we're going to talk today, and we'll figure it out.
You think there's a chance he vacates that belt and goes to 170? Or I mean, there's a lot of monsters in that division.
I don't want to hear that. That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear he's going to defend his 85-pound title. That's the agreement we made. That's the deal we made when we made the deal.
Well, he always said that it's in his contract that he has to defend it, but then you always say, I can't make a guy fight either, and I can't make a guy at a weight class or whatever.
There you go.
So you're hoping.
You answered all my.
Can we quote you, John?
Yeah, you quote him on that.
So Dana,
That's exactly right.
I mean, we've kind of been circling this ever since he won the fight. But what happens if he comes and says, "It's too big. They're too big. I can't do it. I don't want to do it."
I'm going to be super pissed, and I don't know where we go from there. Go to 170. Who's better? Who's better to fight at 170? You got Woodley. You got Wonder Boy. You got Romero, and then you got Luke Rockhold. Fucking monsters. They're all monsters. There's no fight that looks like, oh, maybe this is the fight for me to take. It's just, listen, you looked at Bisping like he was a tune-up. You got your tune-up. There's nothing but fucking animals at 85 and 70. So
Don't GSP and Luke Rockhold look like they're different weight classes, like
Yes.
3 different weight classes?
Rockhold is massive.
Right.
Massive. He's massive when he cuts weight. Yeah. There's no good options. You know, to sit there and try to handpick people of where you want to go and everything else, you can't in this fucking sport. They're all nasty. You know? You're a fighter. Get in there and fucking see who you can beat. You wanted to fucking come back. Welcome back. It's ugly.
Dana, any interest in Ben Askren versus Georges St-Pierre?
Is that guy still around?
He retired last week.
Retired
He
undefeated.
retired last weekend.
He retired?
Undefeated, but he said he'd come back to fight Georges St-Pierre.
Mm-hmm. He's such a huge star. I'll probably think about it.
Hey, can I ask one more?
You guys know him. That's it.
One last question about George's situation. What was behind that clause in his contract? Who came up with that? What was the story behind
Me.
needing that?
Me. Because he was jumping all over the map. 70, 85, and this and that. I said, I'll tell you what. You want to come in and take this shot against Bisping. I'm cool with that. But you got to defend the title.
Mm.
You can't drop the title after the fight and then go somewhere else.
Just because of what it does to the integrity
No,
of
it's
the
just
belt.
my thing is to be the man, you got to beat the man. And when a man just goes away, you know, listen, if a guy is, you know, on a run and undefeated and wants to retire, that's one thing. The guy retires the belt. But it's another thing. Well, I'm going to drop this one and jump to 170 now.
Yeah.
That's, I don't like it.
So is it actually language in a contract, or is it just a handshake deal?
No, it's language in the contract.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's in the contract.
Any last questions?
Then they're trying to spin this whole, and it came from their camp, the Conor thing. There's never been one discussion ever about GSP versus Conor, ever. So that's all internet shit that I'm assuming got started on that
If
side.
they both wanted it, why would you not want that fight? It seems like a big money fight.
Every fight with Conor's a big money fight, and Tony Ferguson's next in line. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So. How much bigger is GSP versus Conor than Conor versus anybody? You know what I mean? GSP versus Conor would be a good fight, and then you got, Conor versus Ferguson, and then you got GSP versus Whitaker, or whatever. Those are both good fights.
Conor versus GSP. Don't you think that'd be like a $3 million pay-per-view?
I don't know. Do you? I don't think it's a $3 million pay-per-view. You do? I disagree. I think it does around the range of numbers that Conor does. I mean, Nate Diaz, if you look at Nate Diaz versus Conor, was the biggest event we've ever done. other than Mayweather.
Didn't you say this the last week? Didn't it surpass it? GSP and Bisping? Did you say that?
No.
Maybe I misunderstood you.
No, they did 1.6 million, 1.65.
No, I know
something
that, yeah.
like that.
But
No,
didn't
that-
you? Didn't
no,
you?
no, no.
Didn't what did you say about you?
I
made-
said it did better than what we budgeted for.
Oh,
It
okay,
beat the
I'm sorry.
budget.
I misunderstood you.
Yeah, it beat the budget. Killed the budget.
Was it the return of
It didn't kill the budget that much.
Or was it